Hi, welcome to today's Piece of Peace. I wake up this morning and I start to journal. Again, I just feel impressed that to fill the atmosphere with worship. There is such a dark presence right now, incredibly divisive, and we're battling we're in the middle of a spiritual war. And there's a lot of physical manifestations of that happening all around us. The one poignant piece that I really believe God keeps bringing me back to, and maybe because He's created me to be a worshiper, is that picture of Jehoshaphat where he's crying out to God because he has enemies coming in from all sides. He's like, what do you want me to do? What do I need to do? And he's like, I want you to send the worshipers out before the armies. And as they came out and worshiped God, now these worshipers aren't girded with war garb, and they don't have swords, and they don't have shields, and they don't have metal suits on. They have instruments and their voices and a heart for their king. And they're very vulnerable in the front lines. But I do believe that as we turn our focus to Him, and as we speak words out loud of adoration and declaration of His power and His strength and what He's capable of doing, we will watch the enemy fight itself. Like it did in the time of Jehoshaphat. When Jehoshaphat sent the worshipers out before the armies, the other armies, enemy armies that were coming at him, fought each other. And the Israelites didn't even have to engage with that. All they had to do was collect the plunder, the blessings that were left after the enemies had defeated themselves. For 3 days he collected that blessing. Keeps bringing me back to that focus. I keep worship playing in my house. I let it go out in the speakers ever so graciously into my neighborhood. Where's your heart in the midst of this battle where the enemy's coming in on absolutely every side, every tactic, everything, plummeting and plummeting and plummeting before you can stand up again, another thing's coming? Where are your thoughts? Where are your spoken words? Did you know that your spoken words have power? Did you know your mindset has an incredible amount of power? How we think, that's why God talks about that in the Bible all over the place, how we think. Take captive your thoughts into the obedience of Christ and just have your thoughts be of what is true instead of the chaos that the enemy is causing. Truth, worship, proclaim what God truly is and is capable of. Get that into the open air. Watch those spoken words start to bring into existence a different mindset, a different perspective, a different functionality. Brought me into my journaling where I said, please open my blind eyes to see you and open my deaf ears to hear you. Take my heart of stone and give me a heart of flesh, pliable to you, Lord. I desperately need you. Please guide me, Holy Spirit. And it brought me into John 14, verses 8, and I went through 12 here, where Philip was asking him to Jesus, let me see the Father. And Jesus is like, do you not know me? Do you not know me? Haven't I been with you long enough that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? And what I do, you see the Father when you see me. And he gave the examples of how to live. Philip says, Lord, show us the Father. That will be enough for us. As if there wasn't so much going on already. He wanted more. How much more do we need? Jesus answered, don't you know me? Philip, even after I've been among you such a long time. Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, show us the Father? Don't you believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? The words I say to you are not just my own. Rather, it is a Father living in me who is doing this work, or doing his work. Believe me when I say I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or at least believe in the evidence of the miracles, in the miracles that he'd performed himself. I tell you the truth, anyone who has faith in me will do, I want you to take special note to this. This is verse 12. I tell you the truth, anyone who has faith in me will do what I have been doing. He will do even greater things than these because I am going to the Father. Have we forgotten this? Are we just bending into everything that's going on and not watching our words, not taking our thoughts captive, not loving? It brings us right into Jesus' calling today, which I think is incredibly poignant. Sarah Young, you can buy her book. You can download her app. She writes from the perspective of God speaking to us, and it's based out of James 1:2, Philippians 4:13, and Isaiah 26:3. Welcome challenging times as opportunities to trust me. You have me beside you and my spirit within you. You have God beside you and his spirit within you. So no set of circumstances is too much for you to handle because you have him to handle it with you. When the path before you is dotted with difficulties, beware of measuring your strength against those challenges. That calculation is certain to riddle you with anxiety. None of us could stand in this alone. Without me, you wouldn't make it past the first hurdle. Does that talk about our fragility? That we would not be able to get past the first hurdle if we don't have him with us, his spirit within us. That's a cry to say, find your Jesus. Ask him into your life. You're going to need him to get through these times, even the ones that are ahead. The way to walk through demanding days is to grip my hand tightly and stay in close communication with me. Dialogue with him moment by moment. Ask him, what do you want me to post on my social media today, God? What do you want me to say out loud? What do you want me to believe? Let me grab my thoughts that I can be with you. I need you desperately. The way to walk through these demanding days is to grip my hand tightly and stay in close communication with me. Let your thoughts, listen to this poignantly, let your thoughts and spoken words be richly flavored with trust and thankfulness. How much of what is being spewed out there today is not flavored with trust in God and thankfulness? If not, we're partnering with the enemy to create more dissension. How do we focus and center ourselves on God's word, on him, on truth, on love? How are our thoughts and our words focused on trust and thankfulness? Regardless of the day's problems, I can keep you in perfect peace as you stay close to me. Our thoughts and our spoken words have a lot of power. Bring them before your King. Let him guide you with trust and thankfulness. Let him teach you to love, and let us love from his perspective. And he says, regardless of the day's problems, I can keep you in perfect peace as you stay close to me. There's our piece of peace.